The Taliban are the most feared and most powerful group in Afghanistan, and in less than a few days, they gained control of the entire country. People were so desperate to leave Afghanistan that they were clinging on to the side of evacuation planes, eventually falling to their death. Those who couldn't escape immediately feared for their lives, the kidnapping and killing that awaited. This is what life is like in Afghanistan under the control of the Taliban. The goal behind invading the country was for one simple reason. They believe Afghanistan was run by a system built by Westerners, believing that even though democracy gives freedom to the Islamic people, it isn't granted by Islamic framework, meaning the people of Afghanistan have yet to be freed. And on the outside, Kabul, Kandahar, some of the most populated cities seem to be returning back to normal, but with major differences. You have heavy presence of the Taliban constantly patrolling the areas to ensure safety and order. Instead of seeing the Afghan flag, you see the Taliban flag everywhere. 95% of Afghans don't have enough food to eat. It's so bad that if people see any food scraps, they'll pick them up off the floor. And quite often, you'll see lots of kids and elderly begging on the streets. There's also the cash crisis. The country is literally running out of Afghani banknotes, and businesses that rely on local demand have just become dead. For women, they can no longer learn anything. They can't go to work, and mothers are left struggling with absolutely no way of receiving support. The country no longer has available doctors, so anyone who's sick or happens to be injured has no choice but to make the most out of home medicines. Leaving Afghanistan seems to be the only way to escape the cruel invasion of the Taliban. So why are the Taliban so feared, and what makes them so vicious? Under the rule of the Taliban, if you don't share the same ideologies and political views, you're isolated, tortured, and even killed. They're known to carry out very ruthless examples of public humiliation, suffering, and kidnapping, not only executing their victims, but torturing them for hours to prove just how strict they are when it comes to power. And inside Taliban meetings, the superiors deal with local punishments, plan for attacks and arrests, and even decide the fate of individuals. The ones enduring the worst of it are women. Their control is total brutal. The way the Taliban is making tons of money is by requiring everyone to pay local taxes. The future of Afghanistan seems extremely uncertain. With the wars and foreign troops filling cities and villages, some people have felt peace in the streets without fear of conflict. People here are eating on the streets, living normal lives. People here are just trying to take it day by day, trying to keep their families safe, well fed, and have a bed to sleep in. Ever since the Taliban seized power in Afghanistan, they're keen to present to the world a glorified vision of how safe and harmonious things are for Afghans. How true that is beyond us.